Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to continue working on part 5 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the previous video, we finished making the kitchen. Now we're going to continue working on this video by starting with the second floor. So let's click on level 2, and then good thing that the underlay is still on. What you have to do is you need to go to your underlay. Base range should be level 1. So we need the layout of our level 1 so that we could create the second floor. So let's click architecture, or we could just click this one. So we could click the exterior wall of this, and then you can type in CS, that's create similar, and then after that just recreate the layout of the exterior wall. So here I'm just recreating the exterior of level 1. With this, we need to extend. We're going to cover the garage. So with this, we will need to extend this one right about here. So the dimension should be around 6,600. So we could change this to 6,600. So we're good with this. After that, same wall, we could just close it off like this. And then let's just do this one right here. And then finish to A1. So the only difference is that we extended this. So from here to here is 6,600 millimeters. And then after that, you just need to close it off like here, because we're going to use this as our bedroom or our master bedroom. After that, click on the interior wall on our underlay level 1. So this will be interior wall number 1, CS, so to create similar. Now, we're just going to add this first. Don't connect it yet. And then press escape. I know now this is very confusing. What we need to do is we need to go back to underlay and choose none. After that, press escape again. We need to align this. That's why I asked you not to connect it yet. So AL, align this to here. And then move it and connect. We will need to connect it all the way right here. So I'm connecting it right here. So everything is aligned all together. After that, we need to add this one, the same interior wall number 1, CS. And then we need to go to the number 2 grid line. And then let's close it off here. We should align this AL to this stairs. After that, same wall, click it and then type in CS. We're going to extend it all the way right here. So I'm going to give you the dimension later on. But for now, I'm just going to add walls and we could easily edit those. This one is give it around 1000. So from here to here should be 1000. Here it needs to be 950. So around 950 will be enough. And also we need to cover this. This is should be just open. So what we could do is we could just extend this a little bit. Or what we could do is instead on the grid line, we're going to move it so that we could just extend this. So this wall will cover this one here. Another alternative is we can add in a curtain wall or a railing. So actually that's a better or a good alternative because as you can see walls are very thick. So we could just use a railing instead. So we could do that later so that we can maximize the space here. Another alternative that we could do here is we could add in this space right here because there's going to be enough headroom anyway. So might as well extend this right here. We could SL here, so split. So we have enough room here for the door so that we can maximize the space. Here we don't need this that much. So we could just align it from here. And then we could just have this one just to enter. We could even move it a little bit so we have enough room. So I think that's perfect enough. We're gonna add the door here and also a door there. And we maximize the space here. We could extend this now so that this will represent our closet. Okay, and then here we're gonna create our closet as well by extending this. Around 800 is good enough. So we could change the temporary dimension here and let's extend this 800 CS to close it off. So we have a closet here and we also have a closet here. Maybe it's a good idea to add in the door. So the same door that we added, so around 700 by 2000, and then flip it around. And then if it's hitting, we could just move it a little bit like that. This one, let's add in the door here as well, CS, and then flip it by pressing spacebar. And then here we need to create our end suite. So let's add in a wall, and that wall needs to be around 1900. So we could just click it here, 1900. And then the same wall, interior wall, for our walk-in closet. We can move it like so. I'm moving it like this. And then we could add in the same door. So CS, and let's flip it like this for the door. And then here for the door for the ensuite. This is the walk-in closet. And then once we add our beds, you can see the layout. Here it will be, we're going to add in something here, which is, this will be open area. It will be overlooking the living room or living area. So we just need to add in a railing. So we could add a railing right now. And then we're going to extend this one right here. Click finish. And so now we have a railing here that's overlook the level one. And then once we create our floor, we only adding it on this side, but not on this side. Okay, so now I'm going to add in another wall here. So this wall, we could extend this a bit, like so. This one is for the linen. So storage. And this one, we could extend this a bit. And then add in the same wall, like here. We can extend this a bit right here. AL, and then connect. So we have enough space for storage here for this bedroom, and we also have storage for here. So we could add in a small door here. So CS, we're just gonna add the wall or the door right now, but we are going to add in a smaller one. So maybe a 300. That's too small. Maybe 500. This is only for linen. So yes, a 500 will be good. So we have enough room here for storage. And then here, we could add in a small sliding door, but you'll be able to access all of this. So we could even make it bigger, because the linen 500 is, yeah, it's more than enough. So I'm just maximizing the space here. So this will be around 977. Now this is around 640. We can increase this to 800, but I think 650 to 700 is good enough. So let's make it 700. And then this is good enough. And then we have enough room for our bed here and a study table. So let's add in the sliding door. For wood. So instead of here, we need to load it. So go back here, main menu, go for doors, and then residential, And then we need to add in sliding door. This will be good. Select everything by holding on shift button and selecting below. And then after that, we need to add in the sliding door. So I'm gonna add this one for now. Press escape, and then I'm gonna maximize the width, which is like that. Now I'm going to create one. So I need to create one here, edit type, duplicate. This will be my own. So I'm gonna make this one, I think I'm just gonna leave the name like this. But here I'm going to edit the width. So instead of 1700, I'm gonna make this very small because I'm gonna use it for the other. So maybe around 1000 or 800. So I'm gonna use 800 and then CS that. So create similar. So we could just slide it off. So now I'm gonna make it the 1700 earlier. Here I'm thinking maybe there's an alternative like a pocket door instead of the sliding door. Because I know we have a pocket door here, which is this one. Maybe this one is a much better alternative. So press yes. And then now, let's go back to architecture and then door. And let's see the look of the pocket door right here. This one is a double pocket door, 2-panel wood. Maybe there's a single one. So pocket. So we only have the 2-panel pocket door. Okay. So I'm just double checking everything. Even here, if we have a pocket door. And then let's go to commercial. So we don't have, so I'm just gonna leave it like this and then delete this. And then what I can do is let's add in the annotate detailed line. And what I usually add here is demolish line. I'm adding 2 lines. And then here another line. And then change it, press escape, change it to 10 lines. Because this is a walk-in. So I usually do this. Flip it a little bit because this is the way it needs to look. Okay. So that's good. And then here we're going to open this wall. Just an opening. And then let's add in the detail line. So I'm gonna do thin line first. I'm gonna do it like this. Here for the opening, I'm gonna move it in the middle. I think it's better to move it in the middle. and then move it like so. And then after that, change it to demolish slide. Also undo that, press escape, detailed, and then I want to add a demolish slide at the back here. Okay, so now the walk-in closet here is good enough. It's either you change it to a door or an opening will be okay as well. So let's stop here for now and continue on the next video. Thank you for watching and hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.